The split getItem functions are two separate functions that you would commonly use together. They work the same as the left-right functions, except instead of telling the node the characters it needs to count, the node will split the field based on a delimiter, which is the split function, and then grab which component of the split you tell it to get, the getItem function. I'm going to use the same file with the names of John and Jane Smith, and inside of this filter node, I will create the two variables for first and last name. Let's start with the first name. First, we need to identify what the delimiter is that is splitting the first name from last name. If we take a look at the BRD, I see that a space splits the two name components. When identifying the delimiter, it could be a comma, colon, or in this case, a blank space. So, we have what's splitting the two components, but now we need to identify which side of the split to get. When counting each component, you want to make sure to start the count at 0. So, starting the count at 0, the first name component is in the 0 spot. So using the function format, I have my field name as the first parameter, followed by my function of split and the space as the second parameter. Then I add my second function of getItem with the 0 count as the second parameter. Now, we do the same for the last name. Starting the count at 0, the last name component is in the 1 spot, which means my variable looks like this. Now I output my variables and run my node. If we take a look at the BRD viewer, we see that the names have split correctly. Now, just like before, what happens when we add the third name? I've gone ahead and added a third name to the list. And now I will rerun my filter. If we take a look at the BRD viewer this time, we see that the third name has split correctly. So depending on how you are formatting your timestamps, you may find yourself using one set of functions over the other. Just make sure the values don't get cut off. And those are the functions you can use to split date and time.